All right, let's jump right into this explainer and look at exactly how artificial intelligence is radically transforming the speed and efficiency of legal drafting. Look, if you're in the legal profession, you already know that time is literally your most finite, most valuable resource. So today, we are going to explore how AI is completely rewriting the rules on how long it takes to produce high-quality legal documents, while also navigating the very real professional responsibilities that come with wielding this kind of new power.
So think about this for a second. Can a young junior lawyer armed with AI actually outdraft a seasoned advocate? Historically, senior advocates had this almost insurmountable advantage just because of the sheer volume of drafts they'd internalized over decades. But AI, it's acting as a massive equalizer. A junior lawyer leveraging the right tools can now generate these highly structured, incredibly complex drafts at speeds that were pretty much unimaginable just a few years ago.
To figure out how that's possible, we're going to cover 4 key things today: the AI drafting advantage, a practical step-by-step petition drafting blueprint, how to move beyond basic first drafts, and finally, those absolute must-know ethical guardrails.
Okay, section 1, the AI drafting advantage. Let's look at exactly how this technology acts as the great equalizer. Get this. According to a guide by LawSeco, you can now draft a complete criminal special leave petition in under 25 minutes. I mean, just pause and think about that. An SLP is a highly technical, super high-stakes document filed in the Supreme Court. Doing that the traditional way from scratch, it involves hours of reading, structuring, and meticulous typing. But AI steps in and does the heavy lifting, literally compressing hours of tedious labor into less than a half hour.
But here's the catch. To hit those blazing speeds, you've got to use the right tools. Advocate Nishant Baryok makes a really great point here. He notes that while ChatGPT is fine for basic stuff, like maybe drafting a quick email, Claude 4.6 Opus is vastly superior when you're talking about serious, long-form legal drafting. And the reason why is simple: it actually remembers the context of your entire case file. If you use its projects feature, you maintain that context perfectly, meaning the AI doesn't just forget your facts halfway through writing the draft. And the craziest part? The cost of this massive efficiency boost is practically negligible. For a mere $20 monthly subscription, you get this unbelievable return on investment. You're turning a 45 to 60-minute manual revision into a task that takes just a couple of minutes. Think about modifying an old petition to fit new facts. Doing it manually means painstakingly reading every single line so you don't accidentally leave in a wrong name or an old date. AI swaps out those facts and updates the narrative in minutes, completely wiping out that specific type of manual drudgery.
Moving right along to section 2, step-by-step petition drafting. Here is the actual blueprint for getting these tools to work for you. So following this exact sequence from LawSeco is absolutely crucial to make sure the AI understands the law, knows your facts, and sticks to the exact right court formatting. First up, you define the legal framework. So tell it this is an SLP under Article 136, for example. Second, feed it your unique facts. Next, provide your specific court template. And finally, prompt it to add the extras like the synopsis and the list of dates. It sets up this perfectly systematic assembly line for your drafting. But hold on, because this is where we separate the true professionals from the amateurs. AI might slash your workload by up to 90%, but remember, it is a co-pilot, not an autopilot. That final human touch, it is completely mandatory. You still have to get in there and manually proofread the document, attach your annexers, elaborate on the list of dates, and honestly, most importantly, insert your own verified legal precedents. All right, section 3, beyond basic first drafts. Let's explore some of the more advanced workflows where you can apply this incredible speed. For instance, there's a course by TaxScan that highlights how tools like ChatGPT can be leveraged to effortlessly navigate and generate responses for faceless income tax assessments. We all know tax law is notoriously dense, right? And responding to notices demands really precise language and a crystal clear structure to your arguments. AI can jump in to analyze complex tax queries, spin up initial responses to department notices, and even summarize these really intricate tax positions for your clients. So it's really about speeding up the administrative and analytical side of your practice, not just the pure litigation side. Plus, here's a really cool trick. You can feed your lengthy written submissions right into the AI to generate a concise cheat sheet. This ensures you maintain a perfect flow of thought during oral arguments without getting totally lost in your notes. Advocate Bar Hoke actually uses this specific technique. Instead of dragging pages of dense handwritten notes up to the podium, he has the AI condense his full submission into a quick one-page bulleted snapshot. It tells you exactly what to argue and in what order, making sure you don't miss a single critical point when the pressure is really on in front of the judge. Which brings us to section 4. Crucial ethical guardrails. Because look, speed is incredible, but you have got to protect your license. As outlined in Advocate Siddharth Gupta's ethics guide, we have to talk about the hallucination problem. Basically, AI language models systematically invent fake case citations, and relying on them blindly is incredibly dangerous. See, AI doesn't search a database of true facts. It just predicts the next most likely word. That means it can confidently invent a case name, a citation, and even a completely fabricated ruling that sounds 100% legitimate. The infamous Mata versus Avianca case is the ultimate cautionary tale here. A lawyer completely trusted ChatGPT, filed fake cases, and ended up facing severe court sanctions. This stark warning from Advocate Gupta cannot be overstated. You absolutely must independently verify every single citation on authorized databases like SEC Online or Manapatra. Do not, I repeat, do not use AI to find your core legal authority.
It's great for structuring your arguments, sure, but when it comes to citing the law, you have to manually log into a verified legal database, pull the actual judgment, and read it yourself. Because AI summaries of cases, they are very often just dead wrong on the critical nuances. So to protect your license and make sure you're complying with Bar Council rules, you have to avoid these red lines. Specifically, you must ensure you never, ever paste sensitive client data into free AI tools where it can be sucked up and used as training data. The second you paste confidential client info into a free version of ChatGPT or Claude, you might be actively breaching attorney-client privilege. To operate safely here, you've got to use enterprise versions of these tools that guarantee your data stays private, or you have to completely anonymize the facts before you even start prompting the AI. So what does a genuinely safe ethical practice actually look like? Well, this is the gold standard workflow right here. Step 1, you brainstorm with the AI to generate ideas and hypotheses. Step 2, you manually verify all the law yourself. Step 3, you write those core legal arguments yourself. And finally, Step 4, you hand it back over to the AI for a final polish on grammar and flow. That way, you get the amazing speed of automation, but with the absolute safety of human oversight.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this somewhat provocative thought. Now that you know how to wield this incredible speed safely, how are you going to use it to transform your own practice? The technology to cut your drafting time by 90% is sitting right in front of you, literally for the cost of a few cups of coffee a month. The lawyers who are going to thrive in the coming years, they won't be the ones who ignore AI. They're going to be the ones who master it, supercharge their workflows, and use all that saved time to take on far more complex, higher value work for their clients.